The huge peace ship floated silently in the dark space. Stars sparkled all around, and distant planets glowed like tiny lamps. Inside the ship, many important people gathered. Humans and aliens sat side by side. They had one goal: to stop fighting and make peace. Alex Mercer, a young human pilot, looked around the great hall. He was not a famous hero or a leader. He was just one of many officers. Still, he felt proud to be part of this mission. For years, humans had fought other races in space. They tried to find friends instead of enemies. Alex kept his eyes on the alien princess sitting on a throne at the front. Her name was Lyra. She was from the Zarelian Empire, a powerful alien race known for strength and smart minds. Lyra was young, but very respected. Her blue skin shone under the bright lights. Her eyes were sharp, like a hawk's. People said she was brave and clever. The meeting started with many speeches. Leaders talked about trust, peace, and hope. Alex listened carefully, but he could not stop thinking about the princess. He remembered how he saved her life only a few days before. It happened during a secret attack by space pirates. The pirates wanted to kidnap Lyra to use her as a bargaining tool. Alex and his small team fought bravely. In the chaos, Alex risked his life to pull Lyra away from danger. He did not think about himself. He just wanted to protect her. Now, everyone knew about that brave act. Some Zarelians looked at Alex with respect, others with doubt. After all, humans were still new to the galactic stage. Suddenly, Lyra stood up. The great hall became quiet like a frozen lake. All eyes turned to her. She looked directly at Alex and asked, with a voice clear and strong, "So, you're taking me as your life partner?" The room gasped. No one expected this. The princess asked a human such a bold question in public. Alex blinked. He was calm but surprised. He looked at Lyra with honesty. "Yes," he said simply. Lyra could not believe her ears. Her face showed shock, then a slow smile. The people around started whispering. Some smiled, some frowned. The High Commander of the Zarelian fleet stood. "Princess, this is unusual. Are you sure?" Lyra nodded firmly. "I am sure. I have seen courage and kindness in this human. He saved my life. It's more than that, I trust." Alex felt a strange mix of fear and pride. He never thought of himself as a prince or hero. But he knew humans had a special strength, heart, and courage. The human ambassador stepped forward. "This union will change many things. It will show the galaxy that humans are not weak, that we are ready to stand as equals." But not everyone liked the idea. Some Zarelian elders whispered behind their hands. A human that could bring shame. The room buzzed with tension. The peace talks, meant to bring calm, suddenly felt like a battlefield of words and feelings. Later, alone, in a quiet corridor, Lyra and Alex talked. "Why did you say yes?" Lyra asked softly. "You do not have to accept me." Alex looked into her eyes. "Because I believe in us. I believe humans can be more than what others think. And I want to protect you not because you are a princess, but because you are." "You," Lyra smiled. "You are different from what I expected. You are brave in a way I admire." Their hands touched briefly. It was a simple gesture, but it meant much. In the days that followed, rumors spread fast. Some aliens laughed. Some humans cheered. Both sides watched carefully to see what would happen next. Alex knew this was only the start. Many challenges lay ahead, but he was ready to face them. For the first time, he felt the power of hope. Not just for himself, but for all humanity. The galaxy was changing. So was Alex's life. The days after the unexpected proposal were filled with tension and questions. The huge peace ship moved slowly through the silent stars, but inside, the atmosphere was anything but calm. Alex Mercer walked through the ship's corridors, feeling the weight of thousands of eyes on him. Some people smiled at him, but many others stared with doubt or suspicion. Humans were still new to this galaxy's power games. And now, Alex was at the center of attention because of his promise to the Zarelian princess Lyra. At the same time, Lyra faced her own battles. The elders of her people, strong and proud, did not like her choice. To them, a human was weak and unworthy of a princess's hand. They whispered about her decision in secret meetings. Some said it was a mistake that could bring shame to their empire. But Lyra did not care. She had seen something in Alex that others missed. His bravery during the pirate attack had shown her the true spirit of humanity. Spirit that was not just about weapons or strength, about heart, courage, and loyalty. One morning, Alex was called to the High Council room, the human ambassador. The Zarelian High Commander and several other leaders waited for him. They wanted answers. "Alex Mercer," said the human ambassador, his voice serious. "Your decision to accept the princess's proposal has surprised many. You must understand the risks." Alex nodded. "I do. But I believe this union can bring peace. Humans want to be equals in this galaxy. This is a chance to prove ourselves." The Zarelian commander frowned. Many fear what this means. Some see it as weakness, others as a political game. "Are you ready for the pressure?" Alex looked the commander in the eyes. "I am ready. I will not let fear decide our future." Meanwhile, Lyra met with her trusted advisors. They told her that if she continued this path, she might lose her position, or worse. But Lyra was firm. "My people need to see that change is possible," she said. "Alex is more than a human pilot. He is a symbol of hope." Days passed, and the peace talks continued. But hidden enemies worked in the shadows. Secret group of Zarelian extremists did not want peace with humans. They planned to disrupt the talks, to start a war that would destroy both sides. One afternoon, a warning came to Alex. His quarters were searched by security officers. Someone had planted false evidence that he was involved in a plot against the Zarelian Emperor. Alex was shocked. "This is a lie," he said. "I would never harm the Emperor or the peace." But the leaders could not take chances. Alex was detained. Lyra was furious. She believed in him and knew he was innocent. She went to the council and demanded a fair investigation. "Alex has shown nothing but honor. We must find the real enemy before it is too late." With limited freedom, Alex began his own investigation. He knew he had to find proof to clear his name. Using human logic and careful observation, he started noticing small clues, strange messages, secret meetings, and people who disappeared without explanation. Lyra helped him by using her position to access information. Together, they discovered that the extremists planned to kill the Emperor during a public ceremony. They wanted to blame humans and start a war. The day of the ceremony arrived. The hall was full of important leaders and soldiers. Alex and Lyra stood side by side, ready to stop the attack. Suddenly, a group of masked attackers appeared. The crowd panicked, but Alex acted fast. Using quick thinking, he threw a small device that created a blinding flash.
The attackers were
Caught off guard, Lyra charged forward, her warrior training shining through. She fought fiercely, protecting the Emperor and the innocent. Together, they defeated the extremists. The crowd cheered, amazed by the human and alien working as one. After the battle, the Emperor spoke. "Today, we saw proof that unity is stronger than hate." This union between Alex Mercer and Princess Lyra is not just personal. It is a symbol. For all, slowly the leaders began to change their minds. The hope for peace grew stronger. Alex and Lyra smiled at each other. Their bond was no longer a secret or a scandal. It was a promise of a better future. But they both knew that many challenges still lay ahead. The galaxy was large and full of dangers, yet together they felt ready to face anything. The calm after the attack was short-lived. Although the extremists had been stopped, their shadows still stretched long across the peace ship. Not everyone wanted the union between Alex Mercer and Princess Lyra to succeed. There were many who feared change, and some who hated it. Alex sat alone in the small room where he was still kept under guard. Though cleared of charges, many leaders still watched him with suspicion. The false accusations had hurt his reputation. Some whispered behind his back, calling him a spy or a traitor. Alex felt frustration and sadness. He had risked his life for peace, but now many treated him like a prisoner. He wanted to prove himself, but the walls around him seemed to grow higher every day. One evening, the door slid open quietly. Lyra entered without guards. Her eyes were serious, but full of hope. "Alex," she said softly, "we cannot let fear win. The extremists' reach goes far. Someone inside this ship is working with them." Alex stood quickly. "You think there is a traitor?" Lyra nodded. "Yes. Someone close to the leaders. Someone who wants to start a war." They looked at each other. Both knew the danger they faced. If they were right, the peace talks could be destroyed, and war would begin. Together, they decided to investigate quietly. They could not trust the security officers. They needed to find the traitor themselves. Alex used his skills as a pilot and technician to access the ship's hidden communication systems. Lyra used her royal connections to gather information from Zarelian nobles who might be loyal to her cause. Days passed with little progress. The traitor was careful and clever. One night, Alex noticed strange signals in the ship's data stream, secret code sent between unknown sources. It looked like orders being passed for another attack. Alex and Lyra decoded the messages. Learned the extremists planned to sabotage the ship's engines during a critical moment, causing destruction and chaos. They warned the leaders, but many still doubted. The political tension made it hard to act quickly. Meanwhile, the traitor grew bolder. Alex found out the name Commander Var, respected officer with many followers. Var had used his power to hide the extremist plans. He believed humans were a threat to Zarelian honor and wanted to stop the peace talks at any cost. Alex and Lyra knew they had to act fast. They gathered a small group of trusted allies, humans and Zarelians who believed in peace. Under the cover of darkness, they moved to the engine room. The saboteurs were there, ready to set explosives. A fierce fight broke out. Alex used his quick thinking to disable the bombs, while Lyra led the defense against the extremists. Commander Var appeared, angry and defiant. "You will not stop me," he shouted. Lyra stepped forward. "This ends now. Your hate will not destroy our future." With skill and teamwork, Alex and Lyra defeated Var and his followers. The ship was safe. The leaders could no longer ignore the threat. They arrested the extremists and praised Alex and Lyra's bravery. The peace talks resumed with new strength. The story of their fight spread across the ship, inspiring hope. Alex and Lyra's bond grew stronger. They were not just partners in name, but in heart and action. The princess looked at Alex and said, "Together, we can change the galaxy." Alex smiled. Together, nothing can stop us. The peace ship was no longer just a place for talks. It had become a battleground for the future. After the extremist plot failed, many hoped the worst was over. But Alex Mercer and Princess Lyra knew better. Shadows still lingered, and the fight for peace was far from won. The leaders gathered in the Great Hall once more. This time the mood was tense but hopeful. Alex stood beside Lyra, the princess who had chosen him as her life partner. Their union was a symbol, but some still questioned if it was strong enough to hold. Suddenly, alarms blared throughout the ship. Red lights flashed, and a voice announced, "Emergency." Hostile forces detected on board. Chaos erupted. The extremists who had been captured were not the only ones. A larger group, well-trained and heavily armed, had sneaked aboard. They wanted to destroy the peace talks once and for all. Alex grabbed his weapon and moved quickly through the corridors. Lyra, calm and fierce, followed him. A team of human and Zarelian soldiers to stop the attackers as they reached the main conference hall. They found the extremists trying to seize control. The hall was filled with leaders, diplomats, and guards. If the extremists succeeded, the peace talks would end in disaster. Alex shouted orders, his voice steady despite the danger. "Protect the delegates. Hold the line." Lyra charged into battle. Her fighting skills were unmatched. She moved like lightning, striking down enemies with precision and power. The attackers were strong, but Alex and Lyra's team fought harder. The unity between humans and Xerelians showed in every move they made. They covered each other's backs, combining strength and strategy. In the midst of battle, Alex spotted the leader of the extremist, a tall man with cold eyes named Karen. He was about to attack the Xerelian emperor. Without hesitation, Alex ran toward Kareen, dodging blasts and strikes. The two clashed in a fierce fight. Karen was strong, but Alex's determination was stronger. With a swift move, Alex disarmed Karen and knocked him down. The battle began to turn. Meanwhile, Lyra fought off enemies trying to reach the princess's throne. Her courage inspired everyone. Soldiers fought with renewed strength, pushing back the extremists. After a long and hard fight, the attackers were defeated. The peace ship was safe again. The emperor stood and addressed the crowd. Today, we have seen the power of unity. The bravery of Alex Mercer and Princess Lyra has saved us all. Let this be a new beginning. Applause filled the hall. The first time humans and Xerelians truly felt like one. Later, in a quiet room, Alex and Lyra sat together. Their bodies were tired, but their spirits were strong. Lyra looked at Alex with a soft smile. You saved many lives today. You showed everyone what it means to be human. Alex took her hand. And you showed me what it means to be a leader. Together, we can face anything. They knew their bond was no longer just about peace talks or politics. It was about trust, respect, and love. The galaxy was still full of dangers. But with each other, they felt ready to face the future. The grand hall was filled with light and music. Flags of many worlds waved gently, and faces from across the galaxy gathered to witness a moment unlike any other. Today was not just a celebration, it was the beginning of a new era. Alex Mercer stood tall beside Princess Lyra. The journey they had traveled was hard and full of danger. But here, in front of friends and former foes, they were united. The ceremony began with words of peace and hope. The emperor spoke first, praising the courage of both Alex and Lyra. He told the crowd how their union was a sign that even the greatest differences could be overcome. Lyra stepped forward, her blue skin shining under the bright lights. She spoke. Clearly, her voice steady and warm. Today, I marry not just a human pilot, but a partner who has stood by me through fire and shadow. Together, we will build a galaxy where trust and respect are stronger than fear and hate. Alex took her hand, looking into her eyes. I promise to protect her, to stand with her, and to fight for a future where all can live in peace. The crowd cheered and the music swelled. Alex and Lyra exchanged rings made of rare crystals from Xerelian mines and human forges. Symbol of two worlds joining. After the ceremony, celebrations filled the ship. Humans and Xerelians danced together, sharing stories and laughter. Old barriers began to break down, but the new dawn was not just about happiness. Alex and Lyra knew their real work was only beginning in the days that followed. They met with leaders, diplomats, and citizens of many species. They spoke about cooperation, shared technology, and respect for cultures. Alex's human creativity and problem-solving skills helped design new projects to help both species. Lyra's wisdom and diplomacy opened doors that had been closed for centuries. Their bond became a symbol, inspiring others to look beyond fear and prejudice. Yet challenges remained. Some factions still doubted, and threats lurked in the dark corners of the galaxy. But with trust between them, Alex and Lyra were ready. One evening, standing on the ship's observation deck, they looked out at the stars. Lyra said softly, "We have come far, but the galaxy is vast. There will always be new challenges." Alex smiled, "And we will face them together." The stars shone brightly as if promising hope and endless possibilities. Their story was just beginning. A story of courage, trust, and the power of two hearts united against the darkness.